my darlings, and welcome to a new vlog. Happy February, finally. Oh my goodness, it felt like January was the longest month of all time, and I'm pretty sure I said the exact same thing last year, and it's totally bonkers because Charlie and I were away for 2 weeks of January, so I can't even imagine how January felt for anyone that didn't go away. I feel so lucky that we did, but still, I couldn't believe it when it was like January the 31st. It felt like January the 7,852nd, to be very precise, but we made it. It's February. It's a beautiful day. We had a light frost and clear blue skies this morning. It's still clear blue skies. I'm very, very happy. I'm in a chipper mood this morning. I've also been really excited to talk to you about something, and the topic that I'm really excited to talk to you about, please don't turn off the video, please don't, is sprouts. We know how I get very excited by things, and I love you guys for being so optimistic, because I think a couple of videos ago I was like, oh, I just get so obsessed with things, and you guys are like, no Josie, we love the passion. So the passion project, what have I done here for now, is seed sprouting. It's something that obviously I've played around with a little bit before, but previously it was more microgreens. Microgreens is something that I've been doing for a couple of years. There is a very old video on my Reels/TikTok, which I actually want to refilm because it's so old, where I do microgreens in the greenhouse, and in that video I'm basically explaining how they are so packed with nutrients. There's something about the sprouting and the process that just ensures that you get so much nutrient in such a tiny little thing. I'll pop a photo of microgreens on the screen here if you haven't got a clue what I'm talking about. But also the fact that they are just so ridiculously easy to grow, and you don't need a garden, you literally need a little pot like this. In last week's vlog we went to 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 and I bought this little pot. You need the tiniest little bit of soil. Some people do it on kitchen towels, so you don't even need soil, and the seeds are so affordable. But I've taken my sprouting and microgreening journey to the next level, and this is where it gets really exciting. Please bear with me. I know that we sometimes talk about fashion and we sometimes go to magical places, and now I'm here talking about sprouts, but please humor me because I think this is really cool and this is definitely a sign of my age. But okay, I have quite literally now read the book on sprouts, and now I'm even more passionate about them. So I don't know where to begin. There's just so much I want to tell you. Okay, I'll start off with my favorite sprouts, which are broccoli. I would say in grand total of my entire sprouting journey, I love that I have a sprouting journey, I think I've spent a grand total of £20 probably. So we are not talking mega bucks. And to put that into perspective, a little punnet of these sprouts that I would have bought previously, 2024 me would have bought from Daylesford, I think they're about £4.99. We'll have a look tomorrow morning when we go. They also go out of date really quickly when you buy them in shops. So now we're spending 4 times that, yes, but we're able to make 1,000,000 times the quantity, give or take, and do it at home. So affordable. Broccoli sprouts are probably the one that you'll hear most people banging on about. Like all of these kind of like biohacking guys and people that are super into nutrition are obsessed with broccoli sprouts. They have got so many minerals and vitamins and just packed full of goodness, and yet they're teeny tiny. The sprouting process releases all of this goodness from these teeny weeny, literally microscopic little seeds. This is how tiny they are, literally like a sesame seed. I think we all know what a sesame seed, can you even see? Yeah, they're so teeny weeny tiny. And then the process of sprouting them, which takes 4 or 5 days, leads you to have this. This is something I'm so proud of. I'll show you my broccoli sprouts. And then you can just add them onto soups, onto pasta dishes, onto avocado toast, onto, I've seen people put them on pizzas, on salads in summer. I'm not eating salads at this time of year because boring, but I will be adding these to my salads. And I know you might be thinking, ew, too healthy, but they taste nice, but not a very much. So you might as well sprinkle them onto your food. It's like the most amazing superfood supplement. But the reason why it's probably not more spoken about is because there are no companies out there making loads of money from this. It's like a free health, well, not free, it's like a really affordable health hack. I'm so excited by this. This is going to be the obsession of 2025. I can tell we are gonna sprout everything. I've actually already written a blog post on my start of my sprouting journey, so if you want to know the exact steps and the exact things that I'm using, then I'll leave it linked down below. But as you saw in the last vlog, I did the preparation steps. I've had these next to my coffee machine, so every morning I'm doing the rinse. Every evening the coffee machine is also next to the dog treats, so before the dogs go to bed I give them another rinse. I think putting this somewhere where you see it is really, really important, because then you'll actually remember to do your seed rinsing. I just think it's amazing. So I am going to make myself some breakfast. Annoyingly, I don't have any avocados, so I'll see what we've got. Worst comes to worst, I'm just going to stick a handful of these in a smoothie. So I've got broccoli seed sprouts. There is also, I am not a medical professional, so I'm not going to say that this is obviously gospel, but what I will say is that many people who are far cleverer and more knowledgeable about sprouts, and particularly broccoli sprouts, than I am, have said that the medical benefits of these, whether it's heart conditions, inflammation, and especially there's such a conversation and so much study into broccoli and cancer fighting goodness. It's just mind-blowing, and I'm completely sold. I want to do anything I can that's going to keep me healthy. I want to feed my friends and family with things that are going to keep them healthy, and this just feels like the most amazing superfood of all time. So I did these on Sunday, it's now Thursday. Some people say that you should keep the light away from them, hence why my nifty little kit, I think it was $14.99. I'll leave it linked in the description box. But then when they have already started sprouting, like these ones have, now we want them to go green, so we want them to sunbathe. So I am going to take off their nifty little sheaths and let them do some sunbathing. Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way. I couldn't wait to tell you about my newfound love of sprouts. You know when you get that tingly feeling because you're excited about something? That is genuinely how I felt about telling you guys about sprouts. So I'm glad I told you. Okay, sprout book out the way. I think I'm actually going look at my dorky outfit. Oh my gosh, I look like an actual I don't know, I look like you would find to be in the loft. I'm gonna make myself a nice, well, I've actually already made it, lemon and ginger tea. Speaking of finding things in the loft, I'm pretty sure Charlie found this in a charity shop, but it's actually so cute. So just got a couple of lemon slices and a couple of bits of ginger in there. I'm sure Charlie won't mind if I use his teacup. Caring is sharing. And then I'm just gonna add in a spoonful of Manuka honey. Manuka is one of those things where I actually think it's a little bit of good marketing, because I'm pretty sure Manuka is just a region in New Zealand that has particularly great honey. I don't know. All I know is it tastes good, and a cup of lemon and ginger tea a day keeps the bugs away. So let me tell you my plans for today that we're going to enjoy together. It is such a gorgeous day. I definitely want to get outside and do a little bit of surveying of the kitchen garden, see what needs to be done over the next couple of weeks. I think I'm gonna see if I can bulk buy some organic compost so that I can do some bed mulching. I'll check on my rhubarb, which we started forcing not too long ago. When you force rhubarb, you're basically getting rid of the light that goes on it, and that forces it to grow, and it results in earlier and sweeter rhubarb. So we'll see if that's worked. I've got a ton of kale, sadly not in the garden but in the fridge. So I want to make a kale pesto pasta for lunch, and guess what I'm going to put on top of it? Yes, I'm going to put some of my sprouted microgreens on my pasta. And I also have got a buttermilk in the fridge which needs eating or using by tomorrow. So if I've got the other ingredients that I need, I'm going to try making an Irish soda bread. I think soda bread is the bread that you make if you're a bread beginner, I think. So I'm going to have a little look at a few recipes and give it a go. Okay, I'm actually getting quite toasty. You can see the outline of the camera on my jumper. So I've just pulled together the ingredients for my kale pesto pasta. This is a tried and tested recipe. It's so easy. Great if you've got leftover kale in your fridge. I actually have just a few little nuggets, slithers of 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 𝑴𝒆. So if you've got multiple types of kale, throw them all in. I'm probably going to do this as a YouTube short as well, so I'll leave that linked down below. But let's get cooking. Absolutely scrumptious. And here's the funny thing, I forgot to add my sprouts until I had like a quarter of the pasta left. So the last quarter of my lunch was very sprout heavy, but it was absolutely delicious. Typical, the sun has literally just gone behind a big cloud as I was about to stand here and say that I have just been sat outside having my post-lunch coffee, practically sunbathing. Yes, sunbathing in a cozy knit, but sunbathing nonetheless because it is such a nice day. This is the first day of the year, I feel, that it's been just like perfect blue skies, actually fairly warm temperatures. My Instagram, when I did the swipe up, did say it was only 7 degrees, but it feels warmer than that. How weird is this, by the way? I used a foundation that I have, it's more of a CC, not the Arborian, that I have used many, I was going to say millions, but maybe that's a little bit OTT, many tens of times, hundreds of times probably, and normally it gives me a really light kind of, you can really see my skin finish, but today, I'm trying to think what I did differently. Maybe the fact that I used a brush instead of a beauty blender. It's just gone on so thick. Can you see? It's almost like you can almost see the texture of the makeup, which I don't love. I prefer my makeup to look a little bit more natural. By the way, I have got an appointment booked in to actually hopefully get rid of these bumps on my nose in the next couple of months or so, which I'm a bit nervous about because it's like scalpeling, but I can't wait to get rid of them. It's just something that bothers me. Look at my baby sunbathing. Any fellow sausage mums and dads will know that sausages are solar powered. And whenever there is some sunshine, your sausage will find it, won't you, my chick ween? Please, mummy, leave me alone. I don't pester you when you're sunbathing. Actually, Dickie, you do. When I'm sunbathing, you always come and bark at me and want to sit on my lap. Well, mummy, that's just life. Oh. Hello again, my darlings. 1 hour and 1 shower later. I had my hair in heatless curls for the last hour and I've had a little bit of an epic fail. I must have done this side tightly and this side not so tightly, so it's going to be a hair up kind of evening, but I'm getting ready to head into London. I've just opened up the most gorgeous little gift from Nice Cream London. How sweet is this? Beautiful little bracelet with these gorgeous little hearts on it, and I've also had a delivery from Wild Deodorant, Wild, not just Wild Deodorant, Wild body washes and lip balms too. And it's also heart themed. How adorable is this? This is their new Love Potion collection, which I think has to be my favorite design that they've done so far. This would be such a sweet little gift idea for a mum or a sister, or even I was thinking of my friends who are celebrating Valentine's or Galentine's, gifts for daughters, for nieces as well, and nephews. Excited to try this. This is their new Love Potion scent for the deodorant, and it's strawberries and cream with a touch of champagne, which sounds, oh my gosh, that is absolutely gorgeous. I'm so glad they do it in the body wash as well. They also are doing the refill body wash in the heart pattern as well, and you can also get it with little black hearts. I've got the lip balm with the black hearts too. So Wild, they are, I didn't realize until literally today years old, that they were only founded in 2020. How amazing is that? And now they're the #1 in the UK natural deodorant brand, which is so cool. These are amazing, really lovely shea butter lip balms, in fact. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Perfect just to use these with a tiny little bit of lip liner. Most days I find that that's all I need. And what I love about Wild is that they're on a mission to eliminate single-use plastic from our everyday products. So these are aluminium, and they're designed for you to just pick up the refills, just pop the refill in, and it stops millions of tons of plastic, single-use plastic, going to landfill. So great for the environment and great for your skin because there are no parabens, no aluminium salts, no sulfates in this, and yet they work exceptionally well. So if you have not yet switched to a natural deodorant, then Wild has been my favorite for years and years now. They have the cutest little containers, they have the nicest smells, they do the best when it comes to environmentally reducing unnecessary single-use plastic. And I do, as always, have my discount code, which I'll leave on the screen here to get your discount. You can pick up deodorants, you can pick up washes for the shower wash, hand lotion, and the lip balms as well. So I'm going to see if there's anything that I can do with my hair. Maybe I should just manually add some curls. This is the biggest contrast I think I've ever had. That's such an epic fail. I did mist some conditioning spray in my hair and probably missed it a little bit more on that side. That's hilarious. But anyway, we'll figure something out. So now I need to decide what to wear. Got a lovely kind of cocktail event with Dior first up. It's gonna be quite a late night for me, so I think I'm gonna make myself a coffee and get ready. So I will see you en route to London. We have a Dior bowling alley. Oh my goodness. Little Dior pin, so cute. I found my darling girl in the mirror with a beautiful Dior lip balm. What colour is that?
This is #1, pink.
Ooh.
Of course.
Oh, I think they're meant to be like they blend with your lip colour.
Yeah, because I tried the filter. Did you try the filter, they said?
No.
I was on the train, I was like, oh, so I did it. Ooh. And the colour that I liked the best was icy blue, because it came out like a pink.
Oh, have you ever done a colour analysis?
No.
Because actually, look in this light, you are a quite cool tone. What do you think?
Yeah.
It's your eyes.
None of the warm colours look nice on me at all. All the cool colours look nice.
I was watching someone's video today where they were doing colour analysis, and apparently your eye colour determines your temperature.
Really?
So yours
what
is
colour
cool.
are your eyes? Hazel?
Green. It's quite warm green, isn't it?
I suppose so, yeah. They look kind of hazily.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
But surely these aren't testers.
No,
or are they?
I don't think we should use
No,
them.
I don't think so either. Well, I found my darling, and we got a grand total of 15 minutes together.
Yeah.
Because I had a nightmare journey, which I'll tell you all about later. But we just smashed it with the bowling. We nearly got a hole in one.
Yes.
Is that what you call it?
No, not down in one. That's that.
Strike? Strike.
A strike.
Strike. Strike -1. Okay, we're gonna carry on catching up. Good morning, my darlings. It's now Friday morning. Drizzly and rainy Friday morning. My goodness, last night was a whirlwind. That was the shortest amount of time I think I've ever gone into London for since moving out here. I arrived into central London at 7:15 and I was on my way to the train to go home at 8:30 and managed to pack in 2 events in that time. I was late getting into London, should have been an hour earlier, because our train broke down. So I had to get a taxi from middle of nowhere into central London. Luckily, as happened last time, but the other way around with the cows on the track incident, managed to rally together a couple of other people that were going into central London. And actually it's always so amazing, the people that you meet in these random flung together taxi journeys. The lady, Saskia, she was a voiceover artist, and I could almost tell from her voice, it was so expressive, that that's what she would do. But actually she specialized in horror movies, so she does like sounds and voices for horror movies. And she was telling such interesting stories. Like she was saying that for example, the noise of a bone breaking, obviously they don't really break someone's bone to make those noises, she might get a carrot and snap a carrot for like the noise of a bone breaking, just things like that. It was so interesting. And then the guy that we shared it with, and this is good karma, so when we had the whole incident with our train stopping in the middle of nowhere because there were cows on the track, in fact I don't even think I ever actually told you that that's what happened. I was quite traumatized by that. It was horrible. Some people were writing in the comments like, oh, it's just a false alarm. It wasn't. We saw it. We saw the aftermath of yeah, I don't even want to think about it. It was horrible. But when we did the taxi back to Banbury then, there were two other ladies in the car, and I was like, no, you guys don't need to pay me. And then I was like, good karma will come my way, it's fine. I was going to pay anyway, so you ladies don't need to pay me anything. And then this time, the guy who had a work dinner to go to, who was very smartly dressed, he was like, no, don't worry, I've got this, you don't need to pay me back. And as much as we insisted, he wouldn't let us pay. So good karma came back my way. I got a free taxi into London. But also really interesting because he lives really close to our cottages, so we had loads of like things in common. And he knew of Charlie. Charlie's so loud and talks to everyone. Honestly, most people in the north of the Cotswolds will know who Charlie is if I mention him. And he was like, oh yeah, he was in Quince and Clover the other day and he bought all the bananas. I was like, yep, that's him. Came home with a bunch of bananas. Anyway, I've digressed. So basically, journey to get into London, it took forever. Literally an hour longer than it should have done. But we got there eventually, and straight to the Dior party. They were celebrating their new lip balms. I need to actually try these lip balms. It was one of those situations where there were goodie bags, but I do not ever want to be the person that asks for a goodie bag, because that is the most awkward thing in the entire world. So I was like, I'm just gonna leave. I'm sure I will find the lip balms at some point and get to try them. But it was really, really fun. They had basically turned this big warehouse space into a bowling alley, and Freddie and I, as you may have hopefully seen, if it didn't show up very well on the vlog, I'll pop the iPhone clip on the screen here. We nearly got a strike, but not quite. They had like bowling themed cake pops, they had cocktails. It was also one of these parties where it was quite like celeb-y, like lots of photographers around, and to be honest, that's just not my world anymore. I didn't feel like a fish out of water, but I felt like not as comfortable as I feel in the garden, you know? But it's nice to have those little like glamorous evenings every now and then. I'm glad I dressed up. And then luckily, because Freddie had a show to get to, which was also in Covent Garden, we were able to share a taxi together to my dinner event, which was with Amazon, and it was lovely to catch up with the Amazon team. It was a delicious dinner. We had a butternut risotto, burrata, so many of my favourite dishes. But I did have to leave before pudding to get the train home. The trains annoyingly are every hour, so if I don't get the 9:02, if I was a little bit less of a granny, I'd get the 10:02, but that means I'm in bed by 11:30. So if I get the 9:02, at least I'm in bed by like 10:45, which is still late for me. Anyway, I am rambling. I've just done Pilates with Charlie. We're in separate cars because he's got to go to Strawtop to sort out the amenities. I've got to dash around the farm shop and get some bits and bobs, so I thought I'd bring you in with me. It's always nice to see what's going on at Daylesford, and I think they'll probably have a lot of their Valentine's things, probably some very early spring garden things now that it's February. Yay! So let's go and see what's in store in February at Daylesford Farm Shop. But first, hydration station. Right, let's go. Literally making my point from yesterday. Organic sprouted alfalfa, £4.50, whereas mine, it was £4.50 for the entire bag of seeds, which will probably produce 50 times this amount. Oh, interestingly, it's the exact same company, Sky Sprouts. That is who I buy my seeds from. Something that I wonder is if I could sprout from seeds like this, like spice seeds. I'm not sure, that's probably level 2 and I need to not get too ahead of myself. This is something I've not tried before. Instead of an almond butter, a 3-seed butter. I'm gonna give that a try. See, even the bees in London charge more wages than the Cotswold bees. How crazy is that? Twice the price. Wow, Manuka, New Zealand bees charge the most. Oxford bees. Got General English, Spring Estate honey, that sounds lovely. Gosh, how could you ever choose? I'd love to do a honey tasting. British heather honey, borage, a little selection set, Daylesford Estate, acacia, ginger and turmeric honey, that sounds nice. Walnuts in honey, my goodness. If you got to choose one of these, which would it be? I don't think I've tried British heather. I like the sound of that, but we do not need any more honey at the moment. We've got an entire cupboard full. Cute little idea. You get your bulbs and you get your bucket. Nice little Valentine's gift, or a gift if you're heading to someone's house for a dinner party. Very sweet. This is a great time of year to start buying your herbs because you can just keep them in the kitchen or in the greenhouse, and by summer these will be absolutely massive, but it's a lot more affordable to buy them at this time of year. Lemon balm was my favourite to have in cups of tea. Just don't forget, if you get any kind of mint, it has to have its own container because it will take over any bed that you put it in. Lemon mint, I bet that's a nice one for a pot of tea. I might grab one of those. Don't know if we had that last year. Sounds nice. Today is just going to be one of those days that I stay in my Pilates outfit all day. Pilates outfit with my bracelet from last night that I never took off. It survived the shower and it's just so lovely. So that was the best brunch for me. Avo toast on homemade soda bread. I can't remember if I have made soda bread before. It's really easy, great if you're in a bit of a rush because you don't need to wait for it to prove or anything, and it's very tasty and very filling. I might make some croutons with it later and then freeze them, so I don't even have to bother making them every time I make soup. I just have a batch for them in the freezer. I love my little pre-prepared stasher bags with all my frozen bits in it. This is banana and avocado, and I just chopped up another banana for next time. So I am going to, for the first time, try putting sprouts in my smoothie. So I've got this much left. I've just given Mum a giant handful, but I've also bought her the jars so she can do them herself. I think everyone should do this. So I'm going to put a large tablespoon of my mixed sprouts. This is now broccoli, alfalfa and radish, all mixed together in my smoothie, along with frozen avocado, frozen banana, I've got half a bottle here of milk kefir. I'm gonna make it a coffee smoothie. So I've made a fancy coffee in the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. When you want a longer coffee, obviously in espresso that would just be a bit of a faff. So long coffee in the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, 3 dates. These are the ones from Waitrose that you have to actually take the seeds out. And then to make it chocolatey, which will be the most overpowering flavour, cacao and reishi from 𝑭𝒉𝒻 Brave, which I love. What else are we putting in? A spoonful of crunchy peanut butter, sprinkling of salt, and a dash of cinnamon. I think it'll be really lovely. Maybe I'll add a little bit of almond milk as well to loosen it up. Am I forgetting anything? Am I forgetting any key ingredients? Don't think so. I've made this smoothie a million times before, just without the sprouts. I don't think they're going to adjust the flavour, but they're definitely going to up the goodness. So let's do it. Dexy is lying here as though he's had the toughest start to the day. You're so glossy. You know when you go and get your lashes tinted and you ask for, or they offer you blue black? I think that's like the colour that he is. You're blue black. Oh, you've got dirty eyes. Mummy, clean them for me. Oh, I can't believe you had your hair cut a week ago and you already look such a scruffle-a-butt. But so handsome. Such a handsome boy. Of course, the ingredient that I forgot to mention was nuts. So I've just got a handful Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, and walnuts. I have got the rest of my avocado from my avo toast, so this will make it nice and creamy. Coffee. Frozen banana. So here we have it, my first ever sprout smoothie. It sounds so much more disgusting than it is. As usual, it just tastes like a chocolate, and today chocolate and coffee milkshake. It's absolutely delicious and full of goodness. So that's going to keep me going. Probably going to have quite a late lunch today. Tomato soup with homemade croutons and sprouts on top. Oh my gosh, am I a stuck record or what? But I guess this is my life now, now that I'm sprouting, because they need eating. So I guess I'll just be putting them on everything. Okay, my darlings, finally put some makeup on for the day, but I have no intention of changing out of my Pilates outfit until later on. We're heading to 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 for dinner tonight with Phil and Hannah. We actually went to The Bull in Charlbury the night before last. I wasn't vlogging that day, but I did take a couple of clips, which I guess now would be a good time to put them on the screen here. There's The Bull in Charlbury, which is the same group, or the same people as Hero in Notting Hill and the Pelican, and it's amazing. It's really actually quite easy to get to from London because Charlbury's got the train station. It's very popular, very cozy, and I'm sure you'll have seen anyone that visits the Cotswolds. Most people say it's a hidden gem. I don't think it's a hidden gem anymore. I think most people know about it, but it's really, really good. Amazing kind of mostly vegetable dishes, very seasonal, very local. And then 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, completely different restaurant. Bull, not The Bull. It's the one, I can't remember who the owner is, but he's got some relation to Rupert Murdoch. Random. And it's got a Japanese restaurant within it. It's got the one where you sit and have like a communal fire pit in the middle. Shouldn't waft around my scissors. Yeah, a little bit different. So we're heading there tonight with Phil and Hannah, and I guess I'll review both bulls, 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 versus the Bull Charlbury, afterwards. Anyway, I've just sat down and my battery's about to die, but we'll just keep going until it does. I've had a Net-a-Porter delivery. I ordered a couple of pairs of shoes yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? I think it was the day before yesterday. And these, I mean, you'll see why these really, really caught my eye. Oh, funny story. This is not the shoes. This is the other part of my order. So I guess I'll show you the shoes later. That will be my receipts. This might actually be the stuff that I got in the sale, so if anything is still available, then I will leave it linked. It might even just be one item. What is this? Ah, yes. Okay, so I have purchased, pretty sure these were all reduced in the sale, a couple of dresses for an upcoming trip. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. It is a work trip, but it's not like 100% confirmed yet, as in I don't have flight information in my inbox, and for me a trip is not 100% confirmed until I have a boarding pass. But it is to a warm country, and these, I'm not going to give it away, but these are literally so perfect for the destination. Hopefully I'll be able to show you some try on clips, but we've got this beautiful like paisley pleated dress with a beautiful pleat to the skirt. I think this material is absolutely gorgeous. The silhouette looks stunning. I'm pretty sure these are in the sale, and because it's not really the season, is it? And then another classic Zimmermann silhouette. This has got the most beautiful floral detail. I love the little rope belt. It reminds me of those little crochet machines that you used to have when you were younger that do this kind of crocheting, and just a lovely floral pattern. Absolutely gorgeous, and I love the pink and green colourway. It's kind of the Zimmermann version, I should be saying this the other way around, of the H&M dress, the long one that I showed you in the last vlog. So that is a major affordable alternative. I'll leave it linked down below if you like this style but do not want to spend Zimmermann prices, which is totally understandable because they are quite crazy. Beautiful button detail. I think these are just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, there we go. I was expecting to show you trainers. I should have known this box wasn't heavy enough. So a couple of dresses that I got in the sale instead. Okay, future Josie here doing the try on clips. I realised I actually ordered 2 more dresses, so I'm going to show you these ones as well. From the last 2, having just tried them on, the pleated one is definitely my favourite. The linen one I'm just quite conscious could crease quite badly in suitcases, whereas the pleated one I don't think will crease. And the first one as well, the linen one, it probably should have come with a slip dress inside. This one, however, did come with a slip dress. It's absolutely beautiful. You've got this lovely cut out floral detail on the sleeves. There's something a little bit biblical about this dress. I do feel like I could be on a pilgrimage, if you're allowed to say that, but that's the vibes that I'm getting. You've got this little skinny leather waist belt, which is really pretty. The classic Zimmermann detail, beautiful scallop detail on the neckline. I mean, look at this detail. This is what Zimmermann really are fantastic at. You do have the same problem here with the creasing of the fabric, but I think if I take a steamer with me, I mean, I'm sure the hotel will have an iron. This really is so perfect for the destination that we're going to, so love it. It's also got the most lovely lace cutout detail on the bottom hem too, which is really pretty. And actually, even though where we're going is very warm, I often find that wearing more sometimes keeps you cooler than wearing less, which sounds a little bit bonkers, but I have definitely found that in this type of climate in the past. So this is dress number 3, lovely. And then dress number 4, I feel like a real life mushroom in this. The colour I think is absolutely beautiful. The silhouette is so striking. The sleeves are really quite puffy. It's like a Cinderella style dress. It really does feel very princessy. I'm not sure if it's going to be that versatile because of how fabulous it is. Gosh, it makes my skin look a nice colour. That's a weird thing to say, but I think it's just quite a nice tone of pink. Great for a special occasion. Look at this pleating detail. That is absolutely divine. And the best thing about it is actually the skirt. If I could buy this as just a skirt, then I would. It's so voluminous thanks to the pleats in the material. It really is the most striking silhouette. Yeah, not one that, to be honest, it's one that actually I'd rather rent than buy because it's quite a statement piece. But having said that, again, for our trip, it is spot on. Absolutely spot on. So, tough decisions to be made. So let me know what you think of all of these down below. Which ones should I keep and which ones should I return? How funny, I just got a notification from my Ultrahuman ring telling me that my sleep time was too late last night. It literally tells me off. However, even though I went to sleep at 11:01, wow, I did not get up this morning until 6:46 a.m. That is super late for me. That means I had 14 minutes to get up, make myself a coffee and get out of the house before Pilates. Still managed 4 sleep cycles and a good solid amount of sleep. But yeah, it just sent me like a little notification warning me about my late sleep time. I wish I could apologize to it, like, sorry. But it's probably gonna be a late one tonight, so we won't tell the ring. Maybe I'll leave the ring at home. Good evening, my darlings. It's a few hours later and we are about to, ooh, bit of brightness. We're about to head out for dinner now. So an evening outfit of the day, I feel very tonal. Everything is tones of brown. Please excuse all the bags all around me. So I have popped on, if we start from the outer layer first, this is my fabulous reversible, it's actually Celine, I don't know if you can see the logo, jacket. And I got this probably 18 months ago on 24S. Price per wear has not been great. I've not really worn it that much, but I thought it looked quite nice. Naturally, with this kind of outfit, I would usually grab my reversible 𝑚 gilet, and my hand was literally hovering over the gilet, and then next to it was this. I was like, let's try something different. And I would say that where we're going is quite a cool place for dinner, so I thought I could dress a little bit more cool. The bag is, again, quite old, from Tory Burch, and I love it. I like a little bit of shearling, and it feels a bit more chic having a small bag. Jeans are from Stories, and then super versatile polo roll neck is, of course, Holland Cooper, and of course I have got an M&S thermal on underneath. I popped on these lovely little hammered hoops, which are Monica Vinader. My camera is struggling. And then the boots are very old. These are actually Valentino. Ooh, can you see the logo? I think I got them on Net-a-Porter, again, probably over a year ago. We always laugh when I say things are, oh, it's a year old or it's 5 years old, because that's what Charlie's mum does. Anytime you compliment her on any fashion piece, she'll be like, oh, it's 20 years old. And if people say I'm turning into Charlie's mum, I don't mind. I'm quite happy about it. Love you, Viv. So this is the outfit of the evening, and we are heading to 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. Look at this lovely old panelling. We actually don't have a clue where we're going. There's so many restaurants in here. It's a very productive Saturday morning, as you've just seen. We have had a nice breakfast. Charlie did avo toast, and then, oh, careful, I always worry that candles will snap if you do that. We're basically doing all the odd jobs in the house this morning. We were going to go to the gym, but we've just got straight stuck in with productive tasks. I'm going to show you what Charlie's doing. Do you want to explain your Saturday morning task?
We have a Carson in our house.
Carson? Oh,
yeah, because I'm sure there's things in Downton Abbey
this would be a Carson job.
Well, no, we're just tidying, aren't we? After Christmas, the house is always a bit messier. And also, to be honest, after like November, December, where we're 𝑣logmas,
we just
shooting in
shove
the house,
stuff in cupboards.
Yeah, and I think everyone probably feels like this. In January, February, the weather's not great. It's a good opportunity to just get on top of things.
Yeah.
So we've sorted through the herb drawer, we ordered some new jars from Daylesford, we've ordered a load of new like organic nuts and seeds, we sorted through that. You've had a good tidy in a few cupboards.
With
I've done
Dickie's
about
help.
4 or 5 loads of washing.
Yeah.
So all the practical stuff that people probably think we either don't do or
Don't
that other
show.
people don't show,
Yeah.
we're doing exactly all that today on this rather grey Saturday.
Yeah, it's a
And then we've
chores
got-
kind of day.
Yeah, and then we've got a load of garden chores we want to do, and then we've got the rugby this evening.
Yay.
England, Ireland. I'm half Irish, so but I
Ooh.
will obviously be supporting England.
So, yeah, this is what I was saying. Do you not worry that candles will snap when you do that?
No,
No?
do not worry.
Really?
No.
I do. So you're melting the base of the
Yeah,
candles.
this isn't really working with these because for some
They're a
reason.
bit big.
Yeah, these candles are way too big for this.
They are. They're a little bit top
I'm
heavy.
sick of moving them from cupboard to cupboard.
So we might as well use them.
Yeah, that'll be alright.
Cool.
A bit wobbly.
So I have something very exciting to unbox. Charlie actually chose this set. It's a new, I believe, limited edition colorway of the Always Pan and the Perfect Pot, both of which we have been huge fans of for many, many years. I think it was probably 2020 when they launched, but non-toxic, non-stick, just the most versatile, amazing pans, which I use all the time. We use for our fried eggs, we use for curries, pastas, everything. You can literally use them for so many things.
And they're so easy to clean. I think
They
that's one of the other things. We obviously love our copper pans,
Yes.
which are we often use when we're having like Sunday roast and stuff. But when it's just the two of us, these are a lot easier to clean.
Yes. So this is the new colorway, and it's this beautiful brown, almost like a burgundy brown. It's got a real richness to it, with this beautiful gold lid, which is absolutely stunning. And in this set, so you get
Espresso is called.
espresso. Espresso is the color name for this new set. So this is the Perfect Pot. It comes with, I'm sure they're called like ebonized spoons and spatulas, and I think they are just a little bit more hardy than untreated wood. They don't scratch as much, and they're just really, really practical. And these little holes mean that you can rest them on the pan. I'll show you in a second. So this is the rest of the pot. It's just got a few little tips written down here. Something else to note is that they're incredibly lightweight. If this was cast iron, this would be literally an arm workout. Oh, that looks so nice. It's got the little spout there. Non-toxic, non-stick on the inside. And it says heats up fast. Preheat for 90 seconds before cooking. Oven safe up to 230 degrees C.
Obviously they're induction friendly, which is also a big positive.
So they work
We
on
have them at
Argas and
Strawtop.
inductions. We do, we have them at Strawtop. Skip metal utensils and hand wash only. So if you want to preserve the non-stickness of them, you really do have to use wooden or plastic, but ideally wooden utensils.
Yeah, because can I just say, we've had ours for a long time, and they weren't scratching, and then we realised that we were using metal serving spoons, and that's what was scratching them.
It's the serving
and
spoons.
we featured them obviously a hell of a lot. We've sold a lot of these pans for the brand because we love the brand. But we did get just one person message me and say, oh, I was really disappointed when I ordered them because they scratched. And I messaged back and said what utensils are you using, and then it became clear that's why. So just a note, if you do buy them, do use the wooden utensils they send. Because otherwise you will ruin the non-stick bit.
You will. And can you just hold that for me for a second,
Yeah,
please?
the colour is really nice, isn't it?
Gorgeous.
But you know what? I think it's the gold finish that I like the most.
Yeah.
I remember when we had loads of 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 pans, I got all excited that you could order gold
Yeah, knobs.
knobs. You're a knob. Yeah, these are probably the most two versatile pans actually.
Yeah.
Do you know what? The dream would be to do a collaboration with our place, do a Josie mac and cheese set. Because to be fair, these two things together.
You don't need it that big.
Well, you don't, but that's a mac and cheese for probably 6 people.
Well, actually, the other size that we've got, hang on, let me just show you. We now need to get this one in the espresso colour as well, so we're all matching. This is like a milk pan. This is perfect for mac and cheese sauce, but Yeah, I love this colour. I love all the colours that they've brought out, but I think this new colourway is my favourite. So with the utensils, for example, if you're cooking, you're frying using your traditional, this was the first thing that they brought out, the always pan, and you really can use it for so many things. Because the spoon's got a little hole in it, you can just rest it on there, and I can't tell you how much of a game changer that is. It sounds really simple, but it really is. And then you get these steaming baskets as well. So obviously you can use it as a sieve, you can pick things up. You can steam broccoli, spinach. The other day I did my kale in here, and it just fits in there absolutely perfectly. So you can just pop a little bit of water underneath, steam your veggies. Yeah, I just love them. And this new colorway is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This, I actually can't remember if it's heat resistant. I think the main handle is, but not this bit. That's the only thing that I wish they would change. I'm sure there's a reason. Ceramic non-stick coating made without potentially toxic materials like PFAS, also known as forever chemicals. Yeah, I just really rate them. I know a lot of people show them online, and they have firmly got our seal of approval, and I just love the new colorway. So I'm going to give them a nice hot soapy wash and put them in the cupboards. Okay, my darlings, now that we've sorted out the store cupboard, I'm going to put together my seed jar. This is something that I definitely recommend doing if you want to boost your gut health. Yes, we're banging on about that again this year. We just add this seed mix to everything from soups to salads to yogurt, granola bowls and things like that. It's just really easy if you have it kind of pre-mixed, because then you can just grab a spoonful at a time instead of having to open 5 or 6 individual jars. So, and the reason why it's good for you is because each of these different seeds contains different good bacteria, different enzymes, which are just fantastic for your gut. The more variety of things like this you can get in your diet, the better. Seeds obviously really full of like omega-3 and loads of good nutrients. So we've got some golden and brown linseed, also known as flaxseed. I've got some chia seed, obviously amazing, full of fiber and goodness. And then we've got some sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds. You don't need to do exactly what I've done mix-wise. You can literally stick in whatever you want, whatever you've got. I've got this little kind of leftover selection of seeds as well that I'm going to stick in as well, and just kind of as you go shake it all up. So easy as that, and then this should keep us going for at least a month or so. There we go, just like that, it is done. So now I can just grab a spoonful whenever I need anything. So this is going to go in our now very tidy pantry cupboard. Oh, it makes me so happy seeing how tidy it is now. Yay! I mean, it's a very full pantry cupboard, but we do eat a lot of this kind of stuff all the time. So at the top we've got pastas, and finally we found a really good, I think it's 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 pasta that doesn't bloat me as much. I think the one on the right is just a good quality rigatoni, but yeah, these ones are the 𝑭𝒊𝒏 ones, and I genuinely don't taste the difference, and you guys know how seriously I take my pasta. Then we've got our kind of rices: black rice, brown, wild rice, brown, more brown, less brown, I don't know all the different varieties. Seeds, lentils, Charlie likes tuna, I personally don't, and then other random bits and bobs. Then down here, slightly more kind of baking, seeds, and a few other mixtures. So we've got oats, organic oats, what would that be? I think it's like pizza flour, plain flour, sugars, seeds, granolas, dukkahs, nuts, and things like that. And then at the bottom, I did have a little go at Charlie for buying far too big a bags of the nuts. We do get them from Whole Foods online, as you saw me unboxing it earlier, but I just put this little basket down here as part of my tidy up. I know it's very full, but it's hard to make a very full cupboard look tidy, but now it all makes sense in my mind. So this little basket with the gingham fabric in it. This was an old picnic basket. I literally just cut the top off, which may seem a bit wasteful, but it's going to get far more use like this than it would have done as a picnic basket. So inside it's got my kind of health food smoothie bits. The idea of my seed jar, by the way, it's kind of similar to the Zoe Daily 30, but even cheaper. But you do get more in that. So in my kind of healthy smoothie basket, I've got my Ancient and Brave cacao, I've got some rose water. I actually am going to try putting together a strawberry rose and then a matcha flavoured chia pudding later to have for breakfast tomorrow. Mushroom tincture, my Wild Nutrition protein powder, that is a chai, elderberries, I'm going to make my elixir again soon, my bee pollen. Down here my guilty pleasure, my oat milk. I don't like the expression guilty pleasure. It's just a pleasure. And then my bone broth powders, yum yum yum. All the top-ups of the nuts and seeds from Whole Foods Online. We keep our like onions and ginger in these little Hessian bags. And then this is really handy. So Riverford recipes often come with these little bottles of white wine. And for whatever reason, we've not needed to use all of them in the recipes. So if you're ever doing a risotto and you don't want to open an entire bottle of wine for your risotto or other dishes that call for like a splash of white wine, Charlie and I, well, Charlie doesn't drink, I don't drink that much, so we very rarely just have a white wine open in the fridge, so they're really handy. I did have to throw away a lot of food, unfortunately, that was like out of date in 2023, so I clearly didn't do this job last year, but there we go. Really, really chuffed with how, maybe not tidy, but just organised this is now. Really productive Saturday. Honestly, I think the sprouts have kind of, oh, and Charlie put this little tack in the door, so now the fire blanket sits up there instead of just being shoved in the corner there, which is very, very handy. Yeah, I honestly think that the sprouts on my avocado toast have given me like a super boost of energy, because until 30 seconds ago when I made this, I'd only had one small coffee this morning, and I have got so much energy. So now I'm gonna go outside and tidy the greenhouse. Bulbs are all planted. I'm now inside with Dexy's help, and while the rugby, England versus Ireland, is it? Yes, are playing, I am going to do an epic seed organisation.